Hi guys, I thought I'd do a video today about the cost of our IVF treatment. There's a lot of hidden costs involved which I think people aren't aware of, so I just thought I'd add up ours and you can use it as a comparison. So you could take off some of the charges because we used donor eggs. If you're having a normal IVF, it will probably be about £3,000 to £4,000 cheaper on average, but don't quote me on that. So we had IVF with frozen donated eggs, and because they were frozen we needed ICSI as well. So the ICSI cost an extra £1,000 basically, so it kind of worked out the same as using normal eggs. So we also used the care maps, which is the Embryo scope time-lapse imaging, which I've put the video of our little embryo up, which I'm so forever grateful that we did that, so we can see. The only thing is we didn't get the videos of the like all 6, which would have been nice because there are 3 left on freeze, so I'm hoping if and when we do use them we get those as well, so we'll see. So we also use an extended culture, so they made it to a 5-day transfer, so they got to blastocyst stage, and ours was an extended blastocyst before it went in. We also had a HFEA charge. I think that's to do with having donation, so if you have a sperm donor or egg donor you'll have to pay that charge. So our care maps, the time lapsing, cost £775. The blastocyst extended culture cost £415. Now those are things that are optional. Now I don't know if they did not impact our success because our eggs and our sperm was in such good health, and in the end my uterus was, but I do think the care maps, they did explain to us that they watched them forwards and backwards in slow motion to watch their development and pick the best one, and that has worked. And they advised 1/2 because they thought both would work because they were that good. So, you know, it's hard to say, but obviously we don't regret spending the money. So care map 775, blastocyst 415. The HFEA charge was £80. Now the IVF egg share package, now this was because they were frozen and we had 7, and this also includes the ICSI payment, so that was £5,665. If you have exclusive eggs they are more, I think they start at around £8,000. The IVF drugs, so the first round cost £197. I got those from ASDA, and when I first went for my consultation I had to go on a new HRT, and that was £48. The semen analysis was £155. The initial consultation was £190. My ultrasound, my initial ultrasound was £115, and then after the month I paid for another private clinic to do a checkup, and that was £50. If I would have gone to our clinic it would have been £115, but the distance was too far. I had to have STD checks, which was urine and blood tests. That was £160. We both had to have blood tests, which came to a total of £200. The dummy cycle, so dummy transfer, was £545. And at the end of it all, because they had leftover embryos, we have a charge of £580 to store the remaining 3 embryos for 3 years. I haven't included that now I've had a successful positive pregnancy test. I have an ultrasound in 3 weeks time, which is included in the package. However, I've had to have a top up of my drugs, which I've got to go order today. So this is just to get up to that sort of transfer date really, and then if you've got any left over to freeze. So you could make this amount cheaper by not having the care maps or the blastocyst stage as well. But this equates to £9,175. I do feel like we've missed a couple of things, but I can't put my finger on it, but this is all I could find the invoices for. So yeah, £9,175. But if you didn't have the care maps or the blastocyst, that would take that down by take it down to £8,000. So, and then if you didn't have any left over to freeze, you get down to £7,500. So it is just a really personal journey of what you choose and what you don't choose. We could have gone further. We could have had an exclusive fresh donor. We could have had embryo glue, and that would have taken it up to £12,000–13,000. So this is just a guide. This is, I think these prices are quite generic, not just exclusive to our fertility clinic. So yeah, that is it. You do have to pay it all up front. There isn't a payment plan or anything. We got a credit card with a high limit and a long a 4-year interest-free period, so we're just doing it that way. So yeah, it's a lot of money, but someone asked me the day, do you regret going private? No, not at all. And it cost so much money, but they were brilliant, and I do really think that they are half the reason that this worked. And the staff were incredible. I can't fault any member of staff there. They always had a smile on their face. They were so busy all the time, and that transfer day, they just filled the room full of excitement. And you know, in the end of the day, our first appointment was the 22nd of September. It is now the 21st of December, and I'm 5 weeks pregnant. That's quick, and that's with donor eggs as well, which is, yeah, something else. There is obviously that excess fertility. There's a few of them, the insurance policies, that you pay up front for a few rounds, and if they fail, you get half of it back or most of it back. But we thought, because we hadn't had any failed rounds, we'll do that sort of the second time. But obviously we had the leftover embryo, so that was quite reassuring in that 2-week wait, that to have those put back in. I think the charge is something like £1,600 plus drugs, so it'll be about the £2,000 mark, I guess, with your scans and stuff, to have the next set done for siblings, hopefully, if this one sticks. I'm hoping. I ask it every day to stick, so I'm hoping. And then it normally gives me like a kick of headache or lightheadedness, so I had to tell Emby the embryo, like, come on, leave me alone. Right, I hope that helps. Let me know any other videos you want me to do. I'm going to try and do updates sort of every week, every couple of weeks, of how I'm getting on, what I'm experiencing and things like that. The next few weeks I've got scans. I've got a private scan, then a scan at the fertility clinic, and then I've got the midwife appointment, which might start getting real then. So yeah, thanks guys, bye.